grab this to share really quick. Share. Perfect. All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the Pastrami Nation Podcast. My name is Nolan Smith, and joining me today, of course, we have fellow Pastrami Nation co-founder Jason Smith.
Hi, everybody.
We have Pastrami Nation's entertainment editor, Kevin Hoskinson.
Hey, everyone.
We have one of our longtime reporters and reviewers, Daniel Schwartz.
Hey, everyone. Good to be here.
And we have a special guest today that will be kicking off our show today. And go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, my name is Walter G. Esselman. I am a writer. Just had a new book come out on Amazon. So, pleasure
congratulations.
to visit with you. Thank you.
Right. That's going to be the first thing we're talking about today. But first, we are going to talk about who won from the previous podcast. As I announced at the previous one, we were going to say the winners today on the show. And we actually had two, because we had a podcast and then we had a special interview where we kind of like geeked out and went crazy about action figures, which was pretty great. So let me pull up those winners for you. So from our March 3rd podcast, Sean Miller has won a Pastrami Nation combo meal, courtesy of Apollo Burger here in Victorville. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sean.
Congrats.
And then from our podcast interview where we talked toys with Christian, we gave away a few cool things. So we have the DC Multiverse McFarlane Bronze Joker Chase action figure going to Heather Rosales.
Congrats, Heather.
Nice. Congrats.
We have the Micro Battle Cat, world's smallest battle cat, going to a longtime fan and supporter of Pastrami Nation, Sean Tracy. Congratulations.
Congrats, Sean.
Good job.
Excellent.
And we have the Pastrami Nation combo going to another longtime fan of Pastrami Nation, and that would be Mr. Josh Contos. So
Congrats, Mr. Contos.
Congrats.
those are our winners for the podcast. If you want to win, all you have to do is leave a comment. Leave a comment like Rebecca has, like David Skywalker has, and like Anthony Blanco has. Hello, everybody. And just leave a comment, and on the next podcast, we will announce the winners. So that's all you have to do. Just join in the conversation. We want to talk to you. So whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitter or Periscope, whatever they're calling it right now, leave a comment. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into our very, very first topic. All right. Let me pull that up right now. We do have somebody, and I'm excited for this guest because he actually is the winner of the 2020 Open Contract Challenge for his novel Super Horror Max. And we are excited to talk to him about the contest, his book. So again, Walter G. Esselman, welcome. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Walter.
Welcome.
It is such a pleasure to be here.
We're happy to have
glad.
you.
Thank you guys for having me into the studio. So
absolutely.
even virtual studio.
Right? Yeah. I mean, we always say it. Thanks to COVID, we learned Zoom and all these virtual meetings, and that's one good thing to come out of it. So
hey,
let's go ahead.
There's always a silver lining.
There always is, and that's it. That's absolutely it. But first, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, sir?
So I've been writing for a really long time, pretty much since '91, but I've only really gotten into, pushing myself to actually getting stuff out there in the last 5, maybe 6 years now. And so I've been a regular contributor to A World of Myth magazine, and I decided to get into their contest. Actually, this was the second year I had been in there. I won 3rd place the first year. So,
nice.
Humorously enough, the exact same book. So,
Very nice.
So sometimes tenacity does pay off. So
Exactly.
Life lessons right there. Right, life lessons to know. So, so first, tell me about the book, Super Horror Max.
Fleeing a zombie outbreak, this substitute teacher is driving a school bus full of kids into this old abandoned jail, and it's kind of haunted. So, it's one of those things. But luckily for the kids, the substitute teacher isn't actually a teacher. He's an undercover agent for a secret organization this isn't even his main job. This is just like a side. He's doing a favor for the big guy, the big boss. Go in for the day, check some stuff out, easy peasy. No, he gets stuck in a jail. But they should have been safe. So, and it kind of escalates from there. First trying to get everyone into the jail from the zombies, the slow shambling type. So bless their hearts.
Best kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're in, it's really happening. Best kind. So you can kind of.
And you mentioned it was a haunted jail, yes?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, this came from an episode of Ghost Adventures. Early in the first season, Moundsville Penitentiary episode. There was a real quick. The Zach Bagans was they're going to check out this really old haunted jail. Looks scary as heck. But they go across the street and there's these little cookie cutter houses, and I was like, what if you had to run into the first place that was safe, which was that jail, which is possibly haunted? I mean...
Well, the ghost won't eat you, right?
That's true.
Pardon?
The ghost won't eat you, though, right? The zombies will. I'll take my
I
chances.
don't know. There's some
That's a maybe, yeah.
zombies, ghosts, monsters, unspeakable
very
evil.
nice.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it keeps getting a little worse. So and our hero is Agent Lovecraft, and he's trying to save as many people as he can during this day, and he's helped by this young kid, 15-year-old kid this is actually his second outbreak, and. Yeah, and the titular Max. So, and they kind of form this they go from being kind of uneasy allies to almost this paternal sort of relationship, and just trying to support each other. So, it was kind of interesting. It wasn't what I planned when I started writing it, but that's where the narrative kind of took me into. This is the most important thing. And
That's awesome.
so yeah, it's and so yeah, it was actually I wrote it a couple of years ago, but I had been polishing it ever since, and thought, I have this one ready. I'll send it in, and worked out really good. They I won it back I found out back in October. And I've been preparing ever since to get it out. I have a website. I built a website and everything. So on Squarespace, which was an
congrats
exciting
on that.
thing.
That's really awesome.
So, yeah, Squarespace is actually pretty cool. So I had
So that's great. Now, how does this? So, tell us a little bit for those who don't know. You said you've been doing work and you've been writing for World of Myth. So can you tell us a little bit about World of Myth, and then what made you try again with this story into that open contract challenge?
Well, World of Myth is an online magazine that they do a lot of different. They have a lot of different. They'll take a lot of different genres, and I write in several different genres. So it's really cool because you can send in stuff that's more humorous, more horror, more action adventure, and I kind of found by accident David K. Montoya, who is the big grand poobah of World of Myth, wrote out to me and he said, "Dude, we're starting the magazine up again, as I recall." That was his reasoning, and then he's like, I need submissions. I'm like, well, I have tons of short stories that I had written but had never sent out. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll send one in. And he was totally geeked. He was like, oh, it's so great to have you back. And I'm like, did I submit to them in the past? I can't remember. and then it turned out it was actually another Walter. So, but we became buddies, and so I kept doing that. And then the first one came out. The first open contract challenge came out, and I was like, I have this book, Super Horror Max, which I had ready. I sent it out, and it was really cool because I got third place the first year in 2019. And David called me himself and said, "Listen, don't lose heart. You know, you never know when just because you get third place doesn't mean that this is it." And so the next year, to be honest, the book I had been editing wasn't done yet, the other book. So I decided to resubmit Super Horror Max. So it's a fairly mundane sort of reason. It was the only one I had. So
it was meant to be, though.
Yeah. I can't. I was flabbergasted. I was like, really? I was working, and Dave's like, "Dude, we need to talk now." And I got on with my boss. I told her, I'm like, "Dude, I gotta go and take a break." So
that's awesome.
Put on a timer for 15 minutes to try to thread that needle.
Right. Well, no, that's fantastic. Now, you did say you built a website. Can you plug the website?
Yes.
Let us know where people can go to find more information about you and your work.
Yes, it's at waltergesselman.com. And actually, you'll drop right onto the landing page, which I think has a picture of H.P. Lovecraft on there because,
it's H.P. Lovecraft.
I'm a huge fan. Yeah.
No, and that's easy enough to find, waltergesselman.com. So I do encourage everybody, head over there, check out his work, check out his book. I do want to say, once again, congratulations, Walter, for winning that. That is so fantastic. It's a great story of perseverance because, like you said, you tried it first, you landed third, but you kept going, and you kept trying, and now you're there. So congratulations again, sir.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. And yeah, if you go to my site, if you go to the writer's resume section, almost all the stories there have live links to them. So
very cool.
Only Dark Dossier is for pay. Pretty much everything else should be free and works. They'll write me if it doesn't work because I want to know. So
yeah, definitely.
It's important.
Somebody put your website in the comments already. Thank you, Sean Tracy. So he already put your URL right there. So if you're on Facebook, head over to this video and you will see the link. Yeah, that's super cool. We have great people to watch this. It's so cool.
We do, definitely.
You can check out Super Horror Max on Amazon.
Oh, well, there you go. And everybody has Amazon.
Oh, yeah. You don't have Amazon?
You can get it in...
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you that I'll definitely be going there right after this because that book sounds right up my alley. I'm excited to read it, and I hope everyone else does too. Like, it sounds amazing, and I love... I'm into paranormal, supernatural stuff, and I cannot wait to read it. So I'll definitely be checking it out.
Oh, yeah. Me too. It's a lot of fun. So
nice.
This is a great opportunity, to get my stories out there. And I actually have another book coming out around September 7th is the date right now. Liberty's
cool.
So yeah. So the other book that has zombies in it. All the rest don't have zombies. But
you can never have too many zombies. It's cool. You can never have too much zombies.
I love zombies.
Zombies are great.
Some of my favorite people.
Yeah, same here.
Great. Well, we look forward to that as well, and please keep us updated when as we grow closer to when your next book comes out, and definitely let's talk about that some more as well, and let people know when it's about ready to go. So. Again, Walter, thank you.
Yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. it was a pleasure speaking with all of you, and have a wonderful day.
Oh, you too. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Bye.
All right. Well, thank you to Walter G. Esselman for
that was
being
awesome.
on our show.
Yeah,
that was fantastic. And make sure you definitely go check out his website. It's in the link, waltergesselman.com. Kevin, sounds like somebody you might want to talk to about like the paranormal pastrami kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
make that happen.
I knew you were going there.
Yep.
Well, let's keep it going. We do have some great comments going on, so make sure you join in the conversation. That's how you can win a Pastrami Nation combo, courtesy of Apollo Burger. So thank you to Apollo Burger, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's go ahead and let's jump to the next topic. I'm going to jump to the biggest one I can think of because it comes out tomorrow, and it's Justice League. Yeah.
Yes.
It's now they're calling it Zack Snyder's Justice League. We all know it as the Snyder Cut. Has everybody seen the latest trailer?
Yes.
Yes.
Woo. Thoughts?
Yeah, man.
Dark side.
You know,
Dark side.
I'm optimistically or cautiously optimistic about it. I don't mean to bring it down, but I am excited about it. I want to see what's going to happen. And it's DC. I mean, it could go either way. We'll see.
Right. Oh, Sean Tracy says exactly what I was about to say. Early reviews are extremely positive as of right now.
Oh, they are. They're really good. So I'm excited for it, though. I mean, I just got to find a 4-hour chunk of time to watch it. But I like that it's cut up into chapters, so that might make it easier to.
No, you have to binge it. You have to binge it.
I can't binge it. Yeah, I gotta wait for my son to come back because
Especially
You
if
have
it's
to
4
binge it at 12
hours.
o'clock midnight.
4 hours.
Starting at midnight.
Midnight to 4
Oh,
a.m.
man.
Kevin, we expect to see you at 4 a.m. to tell us exactly how it is.
I expect a review by tomorrow morning.
At 8 a.m. because I'm a
8
fair
a.m.
guy. What about you, Daniel? You excited for this?
Oh yeah, of course. Seeing all the images, seeing just the scenes, like you see the Flash save Iris, like in one of the trailers, and it's all kinds of cool new scenes that might make the movie go in a different direction. Because I know, and it might actually live up to what we all thought it was going to be. When Snyder first started it, and obviously he had his issue, his tragedy there that took him off the movie, but
Right.
and obviously when it got Whedonized. But I'm thinking this version is so far it looks like it's what we were hoping for.
Yep, I agree. And Jason nailed it right off the bat when he said Dark Side, because when you think about the original Justice League movie, Steppenwolf was like the big bad. He has never been the big bad when it comes to comics. He is that bringer of the Dark Lord from Apocalypse. Bringing Darkseid. And I think we all saw the movie and we were like, we're not going to show him.
See, I didn't hate that movie. I didn't hate that at all. I thought it was a pretty good movie, but you
no
go
Darkseid.
and you put Darkseid in the mix, and
he looks really good.
Yeah.
Like he looks like Darkseid. That's flat face, the grimacing look. He's massive. I know I've said it before on different podcasts. Like Darkseid's one of my favorite villains. When we were kids, they had what was it, Jason? Was it the superpowers?
superpowers.
The superpowers, and the Darkseid one was, of course, my favorite. Just looking at it, it's a scary looking, villain. And of course, growing up with comics, you start to realize, he's a badass. He's Darkseid, shooting his Omega beams, which we see in the trailer. We see those zigzag Omega beams waiting to hit somebody and disintegrate them. So, for me, Darkseid sold it. I love that they highlighted there's no Kryptonians and no Green Lanterns in the trailer, because that was one of the coolest parts for me of the movie too, was they were still talking about things that we didn't see, like Green Lantern, which I don't think we're going to see, but what do you think is going to be the biggest thing to come out of this? Because I'm hearing there's a massive cliffhanger that most likely will lead to nothing, but it's a big cliffhanger. What do you guys think it is?
Ooh, I don't know. I kind of think we're going to see something with maybe Orion in them and all the new gods.
New gods.
Like, I think we're gonna see some hint at that. You know, like I'd love it to be as obvious as like Orion standing there, like just like
coming down on his harness. You know.
Yeah.
Just
full on.
That's where I was going. I'm hoping for like a new gods kind of thing. Anybody else have any theories or wishes that they hope would happen?
I'm thinking maybe it kind of hints at the Green Lantern series that HBO Max is going to be working on.
That would be cool.
Yes.
Maybe hints at Hal Jordan or Kyle Rayner or somebody like that, or Jon Stewart. Just somebody.
I was going to say, or Jon Stewart, but not Guy Gardner. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
With his stupid vest.
and his like bowl haircut that fit the times.
Yeah.
Kevin, any theories? Anything you hope to see?
No, I think you guys nailed it with the new gods. I think it's going to be something like that. I mean, that's the only thing it really can be, to be, you know, as epic and kind of surprising as Snyder wants it to be. I don't think we're going to get any like Infinity War type thing ending or anything like that.
We're going to get like granny goodness at the end. Watch.
Right.
I'd love to see Calabac.
Say that.
I'd love to see a CG Calabac. I think that'd be awesome.
Calabac would be cool. Or Mr. Miracle, who is you know,
that would be
so
cool.
linked to Orion and the new gods and everything. And Mr. Miracle just had that amazing series that came out a couple of years ago that was just, I mean, huge. And the whole, plot and the whole repeated words during that series was Darkseid is. So it would be really cool to link him together, see what happens. But I'm so excited. I'm extremely excited for that. Now, there are a few other things happening on HBO Max coming up. Is there anything that you're looking forward to in the next few months? Because I have a few.
There's a big monster fight coming up. I don't know if you've heard of it. Kong versus Godzilla.
Is that the one with the big monkey and the lizard?
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Kind of huge, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of King Kong huge.
It's epic, man. It's going to be a big deal, and I'm really excited to see that. I have my side. I'm rooting for Godzilla. He saved the world twice. He's fighting King Kong, who so far just killed Samuel L. Jackson on an island. So we'll see what happens, man. It's looks like some pretty cool stuff. I just watched the final trailer today, and it's blows your mind.
I've just realized that Samuel L. Jackson has gotten killed by like at least 3 big animals in movies. Velociraptors, a big shark, and now King Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Nobody expected to hear that today. And there it goes.
You're welcome.
But Kong versus Godzilla is a massive one coming out at the end of this month. There's another big one I know Kevin's hyped for. I bet Jason's hyped for that's coming out in April.
Mortal Kombat. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat because I came up with my top 3. If I was to pick any 3 movies to watch on HBO Max this year, which ones would they be? Mortal Kombat was number 1. I'm sorry, Godzilla vs. Kong looks amazing, but it kind of didn't make my list.
Rated R Mortal Kombat.
Rated R Mortal Kombat, a rated R Suicide Squad.
Yes.
And then for the musical Hamilton Geek and Me in the Heights. Those are my 3.
Because of some Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, boy.
Mortal Kombat, that's where it's at. I can't wait to see the fatalities, like actually see the fatalities come to life. I hope they don't mess those up. I'm super, super excited for Mortal Kombat.
Right. And Jason, is there anything you're looking forward to, or did that pretty much sum it up with Mortal Kombat and Godzilla?
Mortal Kombat and Godzilla are the big ones for me, just in Mortal Kombat, like Kevin said, I hope there's not like they better not butcher Sub-Zero's fatality. There better be a spine rip in there somewhere,
right?
Like there has to be. And I mean, I'd be happy if they didn't give him the spine rip, but they gave him the freeze and shatter, as long as it's a classic Sub-Zero fatality. But I kind of feel like you're doing a rated R Mortal Kombat. There better damn well be a spine rip. And we already know we're getting the heart rip because they show it in the Red Band trailer,
Absolutely. Now, there are a few other movies coming out on HBO Max. Let me just run through those real quick. Of the highlights. I'm not going to go through like every single one. Just the ones that are jumping out at me. And of course, one that we've seen a lot of hype for in the last few weeks has been Space Jam: A New Legacy with LeBron James.
I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, I'm actually very curious about it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pissed about the whole Pepe Le Pew thing, but that's a different podcast, you know?
That's a different podcast, yeah. The Suicide Squad, like Kevin mentioned, Suicide Squad, you know that's going to be good. You have John Cena in there. You have James Gunn. You know,
Margot Robbie.
You have this. It's going to be. I think it'll be a good movie. Let's see. We have Dune is finally going to come out, so all those toys got clearance. You know, people will be like, "Hey, I finally have it finally came out." But that's slated for October 1st, which is a darn shame because, come on, you know, we could have got that before. And then something that's not HBO Max, but I have to talk about it because it's this week, is Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming to Disney Plus this Friday.
Yeah.
Who's hyped?
Yes, I can't wait.
Now, we've seen some trailers, and we know, of course, Baron Zemo's coming back. But he's coming back with a mask. Like, he looks like Zemo from the comics.
Oh, nice.
And that's how he should look, with that purple lined mask. Yep. He was always one of my favorite Cap villains. I liked him more than Red Skull.
You shouldn't be saying, hey, that's the guy from Inglourious Bastards, you know, the Nation's Pride or whatever.
Right, yeah. You should know it's Zemo just by looking at him. And, I mean, Zemo's a pretty big character when you think about it. If anybody read, you know, Marvel in the 90s and, you know, 2000s, Thunderbolts came out, and Thunderbolts was the massive swerve that hit the comic industry when you had this group of, like, generic-looking heroes, and then at the end of the first issue, it was revealed it was actually Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil infiltrating, you know, the world, gaining the Avengers' trust as heroes. So cool to see Zemo in there, but he's not the only one, because there's a new Captain America, and it's, from what we've seen so far, it's not Falcon, and it's not Bucky. It's the freaking U.S. agent, John Walker. And I mean, if you're a comic fan, you're like, yeah, because we grew up with him with a black, white, and red suit, you know, and he looked pretty cool, but he looks kind of like a jerk in this one, of course, you know, because he's kind of supposed to be, you know, government's Captain America.
Like a douchey Captain America.
Like a douchey Captain America. And we know that the Flag Smasher will be a part of it. I actually heard Flag Smashers, so we might be seeing more than one of that character. I mean, it's not going to be like WandaVision, because, you know, WandaVision was a totally different thing. This is going to take, I think, like more what we saw in Civil War and stuff like that, and run it with the Captain America mythos.
It's going to be Winter Vision.
Vision's already white, so yeah. He's ready for the winter. So, any hopes? Anything you guys are hoping for seeing out of this series?
No, I just want to see some cool action, and I want to, you know, see how they figure out the true legacy of the Shield and how that's all going to work. And I'm hoping it's as obviously it's not going to be any, like, I loved WandaVision. I thought it was truly unique and like one of a kind, and just like, obviously the show's not going to be that, so it's going to be hard to you can't compare it. But I hope it brings us, you know, something different to the table, and something, you know, to keep us watching from week to week, which I'm pretty sure it will.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of has the feel of like a buddy cop, like a Lethal Weapon almost, where they like each other, but they kind of don't, and they're just trying to figure out, you know, what Zemo's doing, and hopefully maybe they even have to take down U.S. Agent. Who knows? But just looking forward to the whole plot, and to see, you know, who ends up with the Shield. It could be, in my opinion, it could be either, or it could be both. You could have the the silver-armed Captain America, Bucky, or you could have Falcon, or you could have both of them.
Yeah, and we've seen both of them in comics, right? And they've both have done really great in comics. Personally, I think the Falcon one looks better, just because he looks so cool with his, you know, wings and the cap suit, but he's still Sam Wilson. Yeah, I have high hopes. You know, WandaVision, I've said it plenty of times, I didn't have high hopes going into it, because it's a show about Wanda Maximoff and Vision, which I could really care less about in, you know, Age of Ultron. I thought they were kind of throwaway characters, and they made you care for them. So this is taking people like, I already like the Falcon, you know, I already like Bucky. So let's see where they take us, and that's another one that Kevin's gonna have to stay up and just watch at midnight and give us a review by 3 a.m.
Right? I'll get it.
I hope they just go live and do it.
I hope they give Falcon his red and white suit like in there at
The
some
classic?
point. Like, yeah, I remember the classic early '80s, '70s. And also, I know it's
actual Falcon too, because he always had.
I know it's a stretch. I know it's a far stretch, but I'd love to see the porcupine in there.
Big part of Captain America mythos, porcupine, and honestly for me would be Serpent Society, because we got Crossbones,
cool.
which was really cool to see. But Serpent Society was always, such a cap-centered villain group, and they're Blackadder and Cottonmouth and Diamondback and all those. So
give us Diamondback and put like Amber Heard as Diamondback.
I don't think Amber Heard's getting any jobs after the stuff going on right now. So,
she's good at stabbing things, so Diamondback stabs things,
Well,
I heard. I mean,
so we will be looking for that Friday as it drops on Disney Plus. As you're watching, drop in with your comments. That's how you're entered to win a Pastrami Nation combo. We have one more thing to talk about, one more topic, but just drop a comment. Let us know. What you're excited for. Are you waiting for that Justice League Snyder cut? Are you waiting for Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And then this week also Mayans came back. So if you're a fan of Mayans MC,
yes,
that actually just came back this week. And if you're not a fan of it, you're missing out because it's a fantastic series. And also, like I threw out in our Pastrami Nation group before, there's also a bunch of Nash Bridges reruns for those of you that are interested in that.
They're good.
Every day. Mm-hmm. Every day. It's on H&I every day. You can watch Nash Bridges all you want. But let's talk about, so right now, COVID's still here. But in California, a lot of our counties have reached red tier reopening. So by that, movie theaters are now able to open to a certain degree. Museums are able to open. Theme parks and baseball stadiums and sporting events are all able to open at certain capacities. What are you most excited for when it comes to red tier reopenings? I know Kevin's not out here in this state, but I know he gets the gist of it too because he's living in these COVID times.
Yeah, going to the movies again, man. Like that's it's something little, but that's the first thing I'm going to do when I can.
Hey, opening night premieres were always a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Massive. Yeah.
I'd like to, also movie theaters, but restaurants. I mean,
yes.
I haven't been able to sit down at a restaurant. I can't remember when. Haven't eaten outside there either. So it's like, I have my favorite restaurants. I want to take my wife, my kid. I owe my kids like 5 dinners last year. Got to get some bottomless steak fries, get some all kinds of
I know what you're thinking.
Catching up to do.
Oh yeah.
Just take them to a buffet and you can knock out all 5 meals at once.
There you go.
That's a good point though, because we haven't been able to sit inside restaurants. And actually this week for the first time, me and my fiance, we went to go eat at a restaurant for breakfast. We actually sat inside, and it was Molly's in Victorville, which is good mom and pop kind of restaurant, but it felt so weird because it used to be you eat in the car or you eat outside if it's not too cold. So now like I saw Apollo was open. Jason and I passed by the other day, and Apollo had people sitting in there enjoying their food. So such a small little thing, but really big when it was taken away from you for right now pretty much a year.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I've been eating in restaurants for a while now. They just didn't know I was in there.
You're that weirdo that's sitting in the back table.
It was good.
And yeah, movie theaters is my number one because honestly, Disneyland's opening up in April, but everybody's gonna want to go to Disneyland. I'm not gonna want to go when it's so jam packed and it's just COVID aside, it's not even as enjoyable when you're
No.
It's like Star Wars Land is reopening again. So I'm not super excited for that part yet, but I'm excited for all the little things, like you guys had mentioned. Going to a restaurant, going to a movie theater, getting that popcorn, soda, nacho, the little things in life.
Oh, yeah.
And let us know what you're looking forward to if you're watching this. Red tier reopenings. Have you already done something? What was it? Or are you looking forward to doing something? Are you looking forward to a certain movie? Because we do know Godzilla vs. Kong is hitting theaters. Mortal Kombat will hit theaters. I really wish the
Mhm.
Snyder Cut did, but it's not. It's only HBO Max.
Well, supposedly it's supposed to be they have plans for IMAX as soon as all of them open. Like Zack Snyder's pushing to get an IMAX release for at least as like a special event or something. So, because he shot it in that ratio, you know what I mean? So it's
wow.
so like the bars you see on the trailer are what is the actual movie. It's gonna be condensed down, but he shot it for that reason, so they can show it in like IMAX and things like that. So
if they do release that in IMAX at theaters, I will absolutely see it that way too.
yeah.
If it doesn't suck, I doubt it's gonna suck. I think it'll be great. But let us know what you are looking forward to. Red Tier Reopenings. Looks like we're finally seeing light at the end of the tunnel with this whole, pandemic nonsense. And I want to thank everybody who, if you've been out there, you've been wearing your mask, you've been keeping safe from everybody, thank you. We all appreciate it.
And if you haven't been wearing your mask and you feel like you're special, you're just a douchebag.
Well,
like that asshole I saw at Target with his whole family. They decided they weren't going to wear masks. It's like, thanks, douche.
But let's focus on the people that do. Thank you. It's, I know it's inconvenience. I'm lucky enough that I get to work from home. Jason works with the general public, so he wears his mask every day, full time. I know, Kevin, when he goes to the office, he probably has to, you got to wear the mask, I know Daniel, goes to work all the time. So thank you to everybody who's been doing it, because I think that's why we're able to see these Red Tier reopenings.
If we can wear them on a 8-10 hour shift in a warehouse, then they can wear them at like whatever little mall job they have,
Yep.
For 4 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, since we're just real quick, I know this is we were just talking about the Snyder Cut, and I'd like to kind of talk about something just a little bit about the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
So there's this book out, which I think a lot of our fans and people watching this would probably really enjoy. It's called Release the Snyder Cut, and it's from a film journalist named Sean O'Connell. He's actually part of this other podcast that I listen to called Real Blend. But he wrote this book. He's been following the Snyder. He started writing the book before the movie actually became a thing. So he was pushing to get it made before that. He started writing the book, and then the movie was announced officially. So he's got interviews in there with Zack Snyder, with all these people. I just started reading it. I'm waiting for my physical copy to come in because it's on back order on Amazon. But I think y'all should check it out. It's a really good book. It's if you're interested in the story of the Snyder Cut and how it came to be and what happened with Justice League and fell apart and everything, highly recommend checking it out. So it's called Release the Snyder Cut by Sean O'Connell. You can get it on Amazon. You can probably get it at like Barnes and Noble and stuff too. But I just wanted to bring that up real quick because it's an incredible book. If you don't know the story behind the Snyder Cut, it's like Daniel was saying, like it's a tragic story. What happened.
Oh, absolutely.
So this book goes all the way from the very beginning of making of Justice League to where we're at now. So definitely check it out. Just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Yeah.
No, that sounds great, and it has been quite the journey from, when Snyder exited, and and we then came in, and you're right, it's absolutely tragic, and it's so amazing to see that this is actually happening because. We always saw that, throughout social media. We saw that, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. And, it's the power of, people and the social media. So absolutely. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
And if you do get your physical copy and you ever want to do a review of that, please share it with us. Sure. We'd love to know your thoughts on it. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you.
For sure.
All right. So, again, leave your comments. Be entered to win a Pastrami Nation combo meal from Apollo Burger. We are at the end of our topics for today, but I do want to once again ask everybody to visit waltergesselman.com and thank our guest, Walter G. Esselman, for joining us and talking about his book. Congratulations again on your win, sir.
Yes, that is awesome.
And we look forward to Kevin getting a hold of your book. So he can go crazy.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm really excited. It sounds really cool.
And I want to, of course, remind everybody, visit pastramination.com for news, reviews, and more. We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on Pinterest. If you're listening to this podcast, we're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, and just added this week, iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
So, actually, if you go to PastramiNation.com and you look on the right-hand side, you'll see a little widget that has iHeartRadio right there with Pastrami Nation preloaded for you.
That is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to thank everybody who's on here today. Thank you for your hard work, as always. Thank you for joining me today, because this is always a blast. And,
it is.
We will see you in 2 weeks for our next episode. So thank you all. Signing off, this is Nolan Smith of Pastrami Nation. We are the meat of pop culture.
Oh, yeah.